Okay. Are you on record? You already recorded? Yeah. Oh, okay, gang. We in this bed. We about to speak on some shit. In regards to your natural makeup, your natural being, who we or not who we, but what we connect to, what we can connect to get to, a point of where of understanding. Nobody knows everything, and we're in a generation of concealment of information. I'll say the generation before what we talking about was on the concealment of information, but this generation now, I think this Gen Z and everything after that, man, they just about finding information, bruh. Like it's just the release of information that has been constricted, has been manipulated in purposes of literally controlling the populace, the population. So we about to do a quick little reaction on this video about a substance.
Substance.
Yeah, the original foundation is 24 karat gold. But there's been an alchemic influence that allowed the breakdown of 24 karat gold into this white powder. And apparently this white substance, this white powder, finer than what you can think of, like finer than baby powder. It might be the same consistency. But when you use alchemy, after burning gold, you're able to convert it to a property that has unworldly properties.
What Burr is saying, basically, like the Egyptians was doing, you could do this shit nowadays. What I'm gonna say, what we was made for, to mine gold, the reason why they needed it and how they used it, you know what I'm saying, we could do the same things right now.
Yeah.
Basically, you know what I'm saying?
And to add some context on it, like me and Hans both believe we are created beings. The human race are created beings. And we are created by people that had knowledge of beyond, eons beyond what we can even consider imagination. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people was doing this shit in real life, and like,
oh God,
we thinking it's like fairy tale type shit, but we don't realize it's the literal capability of the human body. Just think how precise our human bodies were created.
I want to touch on what you just said though, too, at the same time.
Go ahead, speak on it.
Like, but what they did leaving us is something to where we can't be better than them.
Facts.
Like, I didn't know it was gods with an S before it was just G-O-D. You know what I'm saying? So certain gods, they didn't want us to have the capabilities to be better than them. But there was some gods that was like, don't limit them. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of created a war. But we did get, we did get left with a gene to where if we actually do step into that spirituality, but it can't be one or two people in order for us to reach that next level.
We're stronger in numbers.
You know what I'm saying? It has to be like a massive thing. If you think God gonna come back, you better step into spirituality, because that's the only way he gonna come back.
And when God is concerned, the most direct influence is religion. You know what I'm saying? And how religion depicts God, finding salvation in the Lord.
Shout out to Putin.
Living a righteous life. Like they say, Christianity is a lifestyle, it's not a belief. But what people don't understand is just like the words of the Bible were manipulated to convince the population of the slave mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's a master. You got to do everything to do You gotta do everything to live righteously in accordance to this master, so you can end up in heaven and not burn in eternity. You know, I feel like that was like a fear-mongering agenda to control the population. Now, with all that being said, like, we're not gonna focus on that too much because we really want to talk about this substance called Orme. Let me go ahead and look up the definition real quick, or the breakdown of this acronym, so y'all following.
Hey, well, while bro doing that, hey man, welcome to the goddamn Fighting for Space podcast.
We
man.
fighting for space.
Shout out to Kill Tony. They the best podcast in the world, and we the best podcast in the universe. So
facts.
welcome to Fighting for Space podcast, the best podcast in the motherfucking universe. You feel me? Yeah.
Hey, we in this bit, man. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, everything happened on time. It's something we've been talking about for a minute, and we finally putting this shit into motion, man. People gonna resonate. You fuck with it, you don't. But just know we putting out information that go against the popular opinion.
And if you don't fuck with it, you need to. Or go do your homework.
You should, man.
Go do your homework. No cap. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter if I'm gonna tell you I'm drinking or whatever, but I wouldn't be saying, is it sober thought speak? What is it? Non-sober thought speak? Like truth. Or
yeah,
what is it?
It's really non-sober. They say people have filters that prevent them from sharing their real truths. But even though alcohol is the devil, literally the translation to alcohol in Hebrew is alcohol, which means death. Is real shit. But it gets a lot of people use that alcohol to get them into a different mind state.
Well, that's why you got people that's why people are social drinkers. If you consider yourself a social drinker,
I like that.
Yeah, if you consider yourself a social drinker, that means you need something to alter your state of mind
to be comfortable around people you say you fuck with. That shit don't make sense.
Yeah, so that's what I just want to say, that because people will be like, oh, they on there drinking or whatever. I be ready for the shit. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to be 10 steps ahead of niggas already. So like, I be ready for it. So that's why I had to say that. And then that's why a lot of liquor stores, a lot of things, I don't know if I'm saying it in the wrong way or correct way, but it's in spirits. They relate alcohol, like you said, close to death. When you're close to death, that means you're getting close to an afterlife. So you're getting close to some type of spirit.
Right.
So if it's in spirit, however they do relate liquor to some type, I don't know how they do it. Go in the liquor store and I guarantee you see something talking about some spirits type shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's a reason why liquor is considered spirits. You know what I'm saying? We live in a world where spirits exist, and we're talking about positive and negative. So honestly, I feel like you can use alcohol as a gateway in a sense, but it all depends on your mindset.
That's how you use it, bro.
And how you treat alcohol. When it comes to all this other shit, you know, there's a term that's really popular nowadays. It's called microdosing. You know what I'm saying? People do that with shrooms.
Excuse me.
People do it. Nah, you good. People do that with purge. People do that with. I don't really fuck with no hard shit, but you know, anything that really can get you connected to.
Man, wherever the fuck get you loose.
Else. Man, come on, bro. Like y'all. I don't know, bro. Y'all gotta be feeling like me, man. Like, I'm tired of them going about everything I've been told, everything that was said, like, this is how shit go, this is how you should think, this is how you should believe shit, this is what you should believe in. Nigga, I done got to that point in my life, like, bro, like, I done did that and shit ain't go right for me. Alright, so it's gotta be something else, right? So in my head, I'm like, bro, like, I done been through trials and tribulations. Like, I deadass feel like I lived a life of 3 full fucking lives, bro. I done experienced it all, bro. Life, death, challenges, failures, successes. Nah, it may not be successes that I feel like I would, in my reality, consider a success, but a success is a success regardless of,
it's for you.
Of the level up. You know what I'm saying? So it's So with the shit going on, man, I got to the point I met somebody, bro. I legitimately met somebody that helped me broaden my perspective. And somebody that studied different religions, cause I grew up Christian. My parents, my pops, he's an ordained minister. He went to school for the shit. My mom, she been singing in the choir. I done grew up in church. I was in the goddamn choir, fucking playing the piano for the shit type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I was tapped in religiously.
Yeah.
So the fact that motherfuckers think like they tell me all day, yo, I'm the smart nigga out the crew. I'm the second smartest nigga out of the crew. But then they knew how I grew up in the church, so it's like, and now the way my thinking is completely opposite of church's teaching. So it's just like, bro, like if you telling me I'm smart and you fuck with a nigga VOD and a nigga is thinking on a different level, why wouldn't it trigger you to think differently? I'm not no dummy.
I tell you, hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the soju. Bro brought the soju through. He already done killed his shit. This is my first time ever drinking this shit, but shout out to that motherfucker.
Bottle gone.
But I did want to say, I already know what you was going to. It's because if motherfuckers say you the smart one out the crew and they are all in a certain type of religion, it's because you stepped out the motherfucker and they didn't.
Yeah.
That's it.
You gotta do something to step out of the norm for you to become noticeable. And I feel like I became noticeable without trying. And when I say I wasn't trying, I just happened to come across information that resonated with me, that pulled me away from the popular opinion, the popular way of thinking. And then once I got outside of that matrix, bruh, you realize all this other information connect. So then you realize all the shit you was taught was bullshit. So then it just creates an avalanche of information, bro. So that's honestly how I got to the points where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Just certain influences in my life, addressing facts on my own, not listening to other motherfuckers and what they telling me is what is.
Doing your own research, doing your own homework.
I come do my own research, and then I come to these realizations like, bro, like our reality is only reality of perception. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize there are certain properties, certain resources from our past that our government is trying to hide from us because they understand the capability of the human being. And I don't even want to get on melanin.
Yeah, see,
how they try to break up the black family, because we the originators, man. Like, and I'm speaking we because black is my goddamn race. All right, that's what's on my birth certificate. I'm not saying that's what I am, but that's a part of me. You know what I mean?
I don't even like to say colors. I don't like the black and white shit because I'm definitely not in the gray area. Like when I say shit, I leave y'all in the gray area.
you gotta catch up. You gotta figure it out.
You know what I'm saying? I really be on some melanated shit. So, and I had to tell somebody that yesterday on Facebook. He was like, "Well, he getting tired." He said he understand why black people do the things they do and shit like that because their history was erased and they want to relate to something or whatever. But he was, I don't know if he was Mexican or Puerto Rican, but he was like he's getting tired of black people trying to steal everybody's cultures, trying to say black people created everything. So that's when I hit him with and I know I be speaking shit and people be like, oh damn, bruh said something, because nobody don't got them debate me on certain shit I say. So I told bruh, I was like, I don't even like to say black, bruh. I say melanated. And I told him, I said, you know what I'm saying, I like to say melanated because that is a pigmentation in everybody's culture. Yeah. Some people are just lighter than others and some are darker.
And that's the thing. Everybody has melanin. But the amount of melanin you have in your body is what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand 100%, brother.
I tell bro that. But well, I did, and I just like great conversation. I believe in shit off like that. Great. When I feel like, bro, you ain't on shit like that, you need to do some more research. I'll just hit you with the great conversation, my nigga.
Yeah. See, I ain't even want to dive deep because that's a whole nother topic. I feel like, but I had to mention it because I feel like it's related. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely related But we not gonna go ahead and
Yo, you was on the army.
capitalize on
Okay.
that. Go ahead. What are you
I'm
talking
about
about?
to say you was on the army and shit.
Oh yeah.
you was on the
So
army.
just to bring it back, just to circle back on what we really want to cover. It's a documentary I have with a gentleman named Lawrence Gardner. He's dropping a lot of information about discoveries within the Egyptian culture, and it has something to do with what I mentioned earlier. 24 karat gold. There's a lot of beliefs that the Anunnaki, Anunnaki, alright?
To Anunnaki.
Yeah, the Anunnaki. They
Yeah.
call it Anunnaki,
Yeah.
Anunnaki. You know, there's different ways to enunciate their name. But there's a theory that they are the godly beings. We're created to mine gold for them. All right, and
Hold on, I just want to tell you too.
Go ahead.
On the Anunnaki or the Anunnaki, that's any being that came from outer space.
Yeah.
It's not.
From the skies.
Yes, from the skies.
Normal people considered angels.
It's not one race.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a bunch of different races. It's like a UFO. If you know the real meaning of a UFO, it's unidentified flying object, unidentified flying object.
UFO. Yep.
So I can throw a rock in the air. You know, if you can't identify,
If you don't know what it is, it's a UFO to you.
Thank you. So that's
Facts.
what Anunnaki is. Any being that comes from the sky. So they have what's above is below. What's above, you know what I'm saying? What's below is above. So they have also different races and shit too. So anything that comes from the sky is Anunnaki.
Yeah, and they have a connection to knowledge that we don't currently have because the people that are trying to stay in power want to control that. All right, and that's a reason why this information isn't spread to the population because they want to stay in control. But once the population realizes the whole I don't want to say understanding, but just realizing just the capabilities of you being a human being. Like, you are a perfect individual. What did they say in the Bible? You are made in God's image. So in that sense, you are perfect. And then you are only perfect if you're able to capitalize on the resources of the human body. And you can't capitalize on that shit if you're unaware of it. All right. So this is what we're talking about right now is a substance that was discovered by David Hudson in the 1970s, early 1970s, sorry. Or maybe 1870s. Nah, I think it was 1970s. But it was discovered way back when, but it was rediscovered. All right, just understand anything that we say we discover is a rediscovery because it already exists.
Ain't nothing new up under the sun, man.
That's a constant saying.
Life is a motherfucking cycle, bro.
Yeah.
Everything come back, you know what I'm saying, back around.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new up under the sun,
People
bro.
gotta realize, like, all these discoveries, they're just rediscoveries, man. They had ancient mathematics, they had ancient science, they had shit that we can't even replicate to this day. So
Archaeologists
obviously,
be lying.
yeah, of course.
They be lying. They be knowing the truth, but don't want to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
These niggas that be out here really finding out everything that be going on, that shit hit them like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and they can't share that with you because the government influence.
Or they don't even want to. Niggas want to feel like they're ahead, or just like in regular society, you want to feel like you one up on a nigga or a person. Excuse me. You want to feel like you one up on somebody type shit.
That's how
so
it be.
when these people be finding out this information, they're not gonna let you know because they want to feel like they one up on you. They gonna twist it, you know what I'm saying, to give it to you twisted, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't the way to think, man. The best way for us to excel as a race is to make this information available to everybody.
As a race,
Make it to where we can create it on our own. We don't need to spend thousands of fucking dollars to create some shit that will benefit us in a way to make our living healthier.
Everything was already here and
You
was
know what I'm
ready
saying?
for us and was given to us.
Exactly.
And if you ain't got it, you need to align on some shit and learn how to manifest.
Right,
Like,
exactly, bro. So straight back on Ormus.
Okay.
David Hudson created this, not created, but he rediscovered this shit in Arizona when he was mining for gold. He found a white powder substance He didn't understand the material. He didn't understand the substance. So what he did was study it. All right, and come to find out, this white powdered substance, its foundation was 24 karat gold. So that immediately made a connection with me and to our ancestors. All right, and when I say ancestors, I'm thinking of what I believe our creators. All right, and when I say our creators, I'm not talking about a mystical being that took dirt and turned you into a human being, and then took a rib to create a female. All right, I'm not talking that because the way the universe works, bro.
Shout out to Trump because we can say this shit.
the way the universe works, in my opinion, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's factual. It's all energy. All right, scientists have figured out how to create matter out of nothing. And what you consider nothing is everything, because atoms is the creation of everything.
That's part of the universal laws.
Exactly.
I don't know how many. Look, it's like over 250 universal laws, and one of the universal laws is the law of vibration.
Yeah.
Understanding everything is vibrating.
Exactly. So
every single thing is vibrating. So every single thing has energy. And how does energy run? Off of two fucking currents, a negative and a positive.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, is to add on top of that, nothing sits still. If there's movement, there's a vibration. If there's a vibration, there's a frequency. If there's a frequency, there's a connection to the law of the universe, bro. People don't realize everything that exists is God. All right, what exists, what's in front of you, what makes thought reality, that's what God is. All right, so let me go ahead and connect that to what we were talking about. With this Ormus or Orme, let me go ahead and start with this Orme is considered a non-metallic form of transition metals like gold, silver, and platinum that have unique properties. All right. People back in the day used to consider this the elixir of God. They mixed this powder, elixir of youth, excuse me. They would mix this white powder substance in with liquids, and they would ingest this. Not only that, in the Egyptian culture, what they did was use this white powder substance in their wheat. All right, so think about it. We're light beings, all right? Electricity runs through us. Energy runs through us, okay? So with us being light beings and us getting energy from this light, think about the source of light. Ra, Son of God. When I say Son of God, I mean S-U-N, all right? We talking about this ethereal deity that we consider that our ancestors considered God, and what people don't realize, all of these interpretations come down to one thing: it's the sun. All right, the sun is what's providing all this energy. That's what's allowing all of our agriculture to thrive.
The sun.
That's what's allowing us to wake up the next day and receive all this information. You know, you gotta understand, energy is infinite. All right. And the thing that provides the most energy is our sun.
Yeah.
There are people that I've run across in their journeys where they live strictly off of the sun. They don't have to eat. They don't have to drink. They're literally eating off of the energy from the sun.
And what if you put this motherfucking Ormus in your body with the sun?
And that's what's crazy. And I'm glad you said that, because that's the connection I was trying to make, bro. Like, back in the Egyptian days, they were mixing this powder with the wheat in the bread that they were eating. So they were consuming these minerals. And what you got to understand, when they use alchemy to break down this 24 karat gold to become the property that it was, in our day and age, they've studied this powder, right? They couldn't figure out what it was, all right? So they had to burn this substance at certain temperatures to figure out, because every metal has a burning temperature where it fucking just burns off, all right?